जय जगन्नाथ सांग माने जय जगन्नाथ एंड वेलकम टू द स्टडी कंपेनियन स्टडी विथ मी योर स्टडी कंपेनियन मो सहित अध्ययन आपणकर अध्ययन साथी चलतु आज आम पढ़ा पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन रो PPA 201 एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव थिंकर्स बुक रो यूनिट 1 कौटिल्य एंड वुड्रो विल्सन स्ट्रक्चर कौन सब रही लर्निंग आउटकम्स इंट्रोडक्शन आउटलाइनिंग कौटिल्यस अर्थशास्त्र कौटिल्यस एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव थॉट इस्टाब्लिशमेंट ऑफ वेलफेयर स्टेट द सप्तांग डॉक्टरीन ऑफ स्टेट मंडल एंड सद्गुणीय डॉक्टरीन्स इफिशिएंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सिस्टम एंड ऑर्गेनाइज्ड पर्सनल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन क्रिमिनल जस्टिस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कौटिल्यस क्रिटिकल appraisal Woodrow Wilson's life and works Woodrow Wilson's administrative thought science of administration evolution of the study of administration dichotomy between politics and administration public opinion and administration comparative methods Woodrow Wilson's critical appraisal एक्टिविटीज रेफरेंसेस एंड फर्दर रीडिंग्स ये सबू स्ट्रक्चर रही से सबू को लेकिन आम जाना सबू कौटिल्य एंड वुड्रो विल्सन को ऊपर सो लेट्स स्टार्ट लर्निंग आउटकम्स आफ्टर रीडिंग दिस यूनिट यू विल बी एबल टू नॉलेज एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द मेजर इनिशिएशंस made by Kautilya and Thomas Woodrow Wilson to the realm of public administration. Develop an appreciation of Kautilya and Woodrow Wilson's contribution to administrative thought. Introduction. When we talk about the roots of the discipline of public administration, there are two names which immediately cross our mind, thought in different contexts. Kautilya and Woodrow Wilson. The evolution of Indian administration in an organized and principled manner is uncontestable, credited to Kautilya, whether as tracing the evolution of public administration as a discipline in the modern era. Take us to the contribution of Woodrow Wilson. This unit will open up on the administrative thought for training to both these legendary administrative thinkers and practice in their own respective era. Outlining Kautilya's अर्थशास्त्र कौटिल्यंक अर्थशास्त्र उपरे आउटलाइनिंग कौन सब रही देखा ए ग्रेट इंडियन स्कॉलर्स Kautilya as documented variedly was born in 325 before Christ era, possibly in the Magadha Mahajanapada of ancient India, and is most vividly remembered for his mega treatise Arthashastra, which is the famous elaborate manifestation of the different dimensions of a kingdom's polity and its related affairs, as such known by two other names, Vishnugupta and Chanakya. The great scholars of scriptures and weaponry is more famously referred as Kautilya. It was due to his vision and guidance and the efforts of his discipline. Chandragupta Maurya, that the Maurya kingdom was established and flourished as an epitome of good governance. Kautilya's Arthashastra, divided into 15 books, goes on to describe political science, economics, philosophy, Niti Shastra, sociology, education, military science, chemistry, engineering, geology, administration, and many more other aspects of the 10 times. It elaborates in much details on all the important aspects of statecraft. It is considered to be both an analytical and prospective document revealing both the aims and objective of the state as well as the practical means by which they can be achieved. The treatise mainly discusses three aspects of the science of public administration, namely the principle of public administration, the government machinery related to monarchs, and personnel management, both higher and lower level functionaries. However, the principles have only been implied in different parts and not been explicitly dealt with. Out of all the books in which Arthashastra is divided, the books relevant to the study of public administration are only four, namely the first, the second, the fifth, and the sixth. The principle of public administration implied in Arthashastra do not command as much attention as does the government machinery for two major reasons. One, they are indirectly stated, and two, the principle governing the democratic public administration are way different from the principles underlying a monarchical public administrative system as portrayed in Arthashastra. Kautilya does not deal with the science of public administration, which is of rather recent origin, and instead talks about the science of polity, which according to him is the combination of the science of wealth and the science of government, thus subsuming the science of public administration under the science of government. Kautilya's administrative thought. କୌଟଲ୍ୟଙ୍କ ପ୍ରଶାସନ ଉପରେ କ'ଣ ସବୁ ଥଟ୍ ଥିଲା? In his mega treatise, Kautilya can be seen drawing a close connection between the art of public administration and the science of public administration, as it has been clearly and frequently mentioned that an administrator must possess the knowledge of the science of public administration, and an administrator can be adept in the art of public administration only if he is conversant with the science of public administration. The main administrative thoughts propounded by him are as below. Establishment of welfare state. Welfare state establish kariba. The prime focus of Kautilya's entire thought is on people's welfare and state security. Although Kautilya expressed explicitly on acquiring state, its expansion and advocating on a deposed rule so as to safeguard a state and its populace from enemies, but people's welfare from his equal concern and preference. The various slokas mentioned in Arthashastra explicitly portray his principles as his manifested through a famous dictum within. In the happiness of his subjects lies his happiness, in their welfare his welfare. Whatever please his subject he shall consider as good, but whatever please himself he shall not consider as good. In the same context, Kautilya suggests that the king should collect tax in the same way as the sun, taking water from the sea as vaporous and returning it to the sea as rain. He has put public welfare as a necessary restriction on the state, in want of which the state is bound to lose its relevance. Kautilya has anticipated the following public welfare activities from the king. These are: creation and regulation the livelihood means, construction of hospitals and dispensaries, developing agricultural, bharta, animal husbandry, industry and commerce, extending help to widows, orphans, sick and deprived, providing protection to the ashram residents and students engaged in the pursuit of knowledge, respect and assistance to scholars and distribution of land to them, helping in the accomplishment of the four purushartha, dharma, artha, kama and moksha, allotment of cultivable land to the landless farmers, construction of dam, ponds and canals for agricultural development, increasing the revenue collection by levying additional tax on the rich people and to distribute it among the poor people, making efforts for the development of arts and education and arrangement for adequate care of pregnant women, welfare works of the state were variedly and details also including the state's security, peace and order, protection of the subjects, livestock development of forest, minor and industry and socio-cultural, educational and philanthropic work. The Saptanga Doctrine of State. Kautilya has considered the principle of social agreement or a king of contract being responsible for the origin of the state, implying that in order to avoid the atrocities inflicted by cruel and stronger people, the common man has obtained the promise of his security by paying tax to the king. It is similar to the principle of social contract that was explained by Hobbes, Lucas, and Rousseau. Regarding the origin of the institution of state, the ancient Indian thinkers conceived the state as a human body and have described it to be divided into 7 organs as in Shukraniti. Similarly, Kautilya also described the state to be divided into Sapta Prakritis or Saptanga, 7 organs of body, namely Swami king, Amatya minister, Janapada people and land together, Durga fort, Kosat treasury, Danda army and Mitra friends. Considering Swami or king to be sovereign, Kautilya has described him to be the guardian of common interest, promoter of religion and regulator of law, thereby portraying king to be Rajarsi who is supposed to possess the virtue of a guardian, wisdom, enthusiasm and self-sustenance, all to be essential, inculcated and developed by means of necessary education. Kautilya has made a detailed provision to extend sovereignty, all executive powers, seat of law and justice and military powers to the king. Kautilya suggests setting up industry, performing sacrifice yajanas, determining behavior, offering dakshina and establishing discipline are also the main duties of the king. Generally, the king of Kautilya appears autocratic and despite, but Kautilya has erected some moral limitation for the king by way of education, strict routine, taxation with prior approval from the public consultation with Brahmins and priests, constitution of the Council of Ministers and justice in conscience of the rule of law. In the form of Amatya, Kautilya has given the status of minister and administrative officer to another organ of the state, entrusting him with the responsibility of the accomplishment of the Janapada state security, crisis management, military arrangement, accounting of income and expenditures, supervision of enemies, development of uninhabited land, punishment to criminal, external affairs and protection of princes, etc. In order to fulfill the role of Amatya, the king is expected to appoint only a highly qualified person to the post. Individual as well as collective responsibility has been threatened for the ministers by Kautilya. Attaching huge importance to the Janapada, the people and the land, Kautilya calls it a necessary element for the existence of a state. He held the opinion that the state should expand the settlements either by increasing the population of their country or by investing people from other countries. The Janapada should be established in areas abundant in natural resources like rivers, ponds, forests, mountains, agricultural produce, etc. With a good climate and rich trade, forest inhabiting a lot of elephants for strong army, weak neighboring king, virtuous people residing and suitable fortified. Although Kautilya was in favor of centralized rule with the king as pivot administratively, he decided for the division of state into four parts, which in turn indicates his inclination for decentralization and autonomy at the same time. The Durga or fort as a symbol of defense and attacking power of the state. Kautilya has advised that the king should build battle appropriate forts in all directions of his Janapada. Kautilya has highlighted four types of forts, such as island like fort, hill fort, fort in barren land and fort in marshy and bushy region. The fort provides shelter to the king in times of crisis and also house arrangements for military and allied forces. Kautilya believed that whether there is war or not, the king should always remain prepared for war, and therefore forts became yet more relevant. Kautilya has given preference to Artha in Dharma, Artha and Kama, saying that it is impossible for a king to protect his land, army, subjects and regime without money. The king should never allow the Kosa or treasury to go empty because the army can only protect the Kosa, but the Kosa protect both the army and the fort. Kautilya has suggested that the king need to accumulate wealth in the treasury, both inherent from the usurers and the one received from the subject through taxation, 1/6 of the grain from the subject, 1/10 of the trade, and 15th of the profit earned from the trade of animals and gold should be received by the king as tax. However, no tax should not be collected by causing wrongdoing or suffering, because collection of tax from disabled people can lead to discontent and rebellion. Danda or army have been considered of huge significance in the security of the state by Kautilya, and suggested that the military men should be of suitable lineage, disciplined, trained, brave, self-respecting, efficient and great patriot, because even the enemies of the king who has strong military force become allied. The king should give a proper salary to the soldiers and take full care of the amenities of their families. Kautilya has described 6 types of armies: civilian army, hired army, distant army, tribal army, allied army, and foe army. Infantry, cavalry, chariot army, and infantry have also been described by him, with infantry being categorized as the based on the text that it proves to be most efficient and effective in disintegrating enemy's forts, cantonments, and arrays, since Dando has been portrayed as the symbol of authority and Dandoniti quanted with statecraft. Therefore, Dando or army is important in the power of the state, which protects life, liberty, and property by keeping people devoted to righteousness and productivity in the larger interest of the state. About the seventh organ, Mitra, friends, Kautilya expressed that a king needs friends to get help in times of crisis. Therefore, they must belong to an appropriate clan, must be faithful, permanent, like-minded, and well-wisher. He believes that it is important for the king to tame friends so that there is no possibility of opposition from them. A friend is an unsalaried activity and also provides assistance through funds, land, and army, extending an ethical lesson. Kautilya says, friendship is not permanent, only interests are permanent. Kautilya therefore has discussed the Saptanga Siddhanta or the Sapta Prakritis quite elaborately.